Good afternoon, and welcome to Race Matters. My name is Tony Chooks. I'm looking forward today to talking to you about political jargon. There are in history, there have been several different political terms that have gone around, and sometimes they go unchallenged. But there are two in particular, one that started in 1980, or at least from my recollection, and one that was used during the Trump campaign. And I want to talk about both of those and let you know how they make me feel as a black man. Once again, there are 45 million black people in this country, about 21 million black men, 20 right in there. So I do not represent all of them, but I do want to share with you how I feel about those terms. The first one is trickle down theory. And I first heard that when Ronald Reagan was president in 1980. And when I heard it, I wasn't sure what it meant. But I thought just the word trickle down, I just thought, what am I, like a bug at the bottom of the floor, just waiting for something to fall? Like, I didn't like that. But I didn't know what it meant, so I couldn't get too angry. And then when I found out what it meant, I go, okay, now it makes me more angry because it means exactly what I thought it meant. And so that term is starting to be used a lot more today. And it's not a term of endearment. It does not make me feel great to hear people who have power, authority, money, and resources to say trickle down. See, because nothing good really trickles down. Think about that. I can't remember the black comedian who shared that. But there was a black comedian I heard share that. Nothing good trickles down. But think about it. If you have blood trickling out of your ears, is that a good thing? How about if you have snot trickling out of your nose? Is that a good thing? How about if you have drool trickling out of your mouth? Is that a good thing? I don't think I have to go any lower. You get the picture, right? Trickle down is not a good thing, people. It's not a good thing. And when it comes to economics, really, if you think about it, things kind of trickle up. I mean, if I'm poor and you give me some money, like the stimulus packages that we have been receiving in this country, if you give a poor person some money, you know what they're going to do? They're going to go spend it on the things that they need. They're not going to put it in a savings account. They're going to buy things that they need, whether it be food, clothing, whatever. And guess what? That rich person, how do you think Jeff Bezos became a billionaire? A multi-billionaire. In fact, the richest man on earth. I think he's worth like $200 billion. How do you think that happened? That happened because people want things. And he figured out an ingenious way to get it to them very, very quickly. He's a very, very good package deliverer. And for that, we reward him with $200 billion. That's another subject that I don't know if I'll ever even take on as far as a podcast, because I don't think I'm qualified to talk about it. I have an opinion, but I don't think I'm qualified to talk about it. So I'll leave it alone. But $200 billion, boy, that could feed a lot of people. That could get a lot of people out of debt. That could send a lot of people to school. That could build a lot of roads. That could fix a lot of our transportation problems. That could make our earth a lot greener. I mean, that could do a lot of things. But to give somebody that kind of wealth, wow, that's a big deal. But anyway, trickle down is just not something that I've ever been excited about hearing. It's not something that I like hearing. And frankly, I'm surprised people use the term, because most of the time they use it. These are people who have things, and they're telling you, okay, just sit down there at the bottom and wait for things to fall to you. I've got all the goodies up here at the top. You just wait for everything else to fall down to you and hope everything works out well. No, I don't like that one. The second one would be Make America Great Again. Our former president, Donald Trump, used that term or used that slogan when he ran for president. And I have two questions for anybody who wants to use that term. Question number one, when was the last time America was great? Because inclusive in the term is again. So that means it was great at some point in time. Please tell me that time period. I'm not going to let you just say that and you not tell me when America was great. You don't get away with just, just being able to say that and then not tell me when that was actually happening in this country. Now, I'm an amateur historian, but I feel very confident that I could blow anybody out of the water that wants to try to tell me America was great at any point in time in this country. I can, again, it depends on what you consider great. My second question would be, for whom was it great? For whom was it great? You see, it wasn't great for people who look like me. And in my opinion, it still isn't. Still isn't. Just because things have gotten better does not make them great. If you're getting an F in a course and then you get a B on the next test, now you're up to a D. You're not great. A D is not great. You're passing, but it's not great. And I'm not going to accept a D just because you want to say, well, look, you've made some improvement. That's not going to work for me. So those are two terms right there that I would hope that we would get rid of. Or if we're going to talk about them, then we have to be willing to be specific and say exactly what we mean and not just throw things out like that sound cute and sound great, but we don't say exactly what we're talking about and to whom we're referring to. Thank you very much.